All right, we're going to be watching Kohn, who's playing Wrecking Ball. This is Diamond 1 on PC on Dorado. Hard stuck Diamond 1 Wrecking Ball, need help getting to the next level. Hello, I started playing Overwatch when Lifeweaver came out. I also played in 2017 for a few months, but was so young I can't even remember. And I've been climbing the ranks, and now I'm stuck at Diamond 1. After 28 hours of being in Diamond 1, rough, I need help improving. I one-trick Wrecking Ball, and I think I could turn many games to wins if I was a bit better. I find it hard to keep my teammates alive while annoying the enemy, and I don't know if that's an uptime thing or a target priority thing. I need help with making space for my team, whether to be in ball form or crab form, positioning to distract/disrupt the enemy team. Also, yes, I know my adaptive shield usage is not the best, but I don't think that's what caused me to lose. I need to work on that either way. If you see any other problems with my gameplay, please mention it. So this is actually an interesting game. I have seen the whole thing, and you're going to have a pretty good defense, right? You're going to hold them to just shy of capping third point, final point. So that's like, pretty good. It's not bad. Or actually, I would say it's about average. And then on offense, you're going to cap the first 2 points pretty easily. And then the last point, you have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to cap, and you just can't do it. I don't think you're even particularly close to capping it. Like, obviously, you only really need to win like 1.5 fights to do it, but you just couldn't get it done. And my overall, my quick take here is, I think number one, it's harder to cap final points without being really in sync with your team. I think that's pretty much true for all maps, that the third point is usually the hardest one to cap, and the defender advantage is the highest, and you have the least amount of time to do it. So offense is really hard to take the final point without ultimates, but you have a very low margin for error to pulling it off, and I think it'd be really hard. I complain about this like on Havana, for example, where as Havana as a tank, I feel like once I get to the gate, there's very little I can do to win the fight from there as a lot of tanks, because they just sit on high ground and you can't possibly deal with them all at the same time. And to some degree, it's going to depend on the support ultimates and the DPS ultimates and ult economy, etc., etc., and I think that's hard. I think as Ball, you perform really well on the spaces where you have a lot the areas of the map where you have a lot more space to maneuver and be aggressive. I think on point number 3, you have a lot of trouble doing this because it's like kind of narrow in some areas and then open in some areas, but you can't get your team into the position to actually help you, and we're going to cover that at the end of the game. If you just FYI, we're gonna walk through the whole game because I think it's still worth talking about some of the items, but what specifically I think you need the most is actually going to come at the very end of this game, when we talk through the final point itself and why you fail to push it. So that's kind of the overall take in terms of what goes around there. In terms of, I think your general movement and mechanics are actually look really good. Like, if you told me this is Masters, I would believe this is Masters. There's only two things that stood out to me as being like, this does not feel like Masters. Number one is your gun aim. Your gun aim, especially at close range, does not feel good enough for Masters. And to be fair, as Ball, you don't actually need great gun aim, but I think you're hitting the level where if you don't have good aim with your guns, it's going to hold you back, right? You're going to see significantly better gun aim for balls the higher up you go, and it becomes like a really important part of your kit. That's number one. Number two, adaptive shields. I think you highlighted it, but I'm not sure that you and I mean the same thing when we talk about this. My issue is not so much you popping adaptive shields, like the timing you choose to do it. My issue is that you don't exploit it. So sometimes you pop adaptive shields, you get like 500 health, and you immediately roll away. But like that health is free. So like you should stay in damage right there, and we'll talk about that too. Anyway, but in general, I think a lot of the movement, the pile drives, the techniques, like, I see you do like, wall jumps, right? They get slams in. I think you're constantly slamming off cooldown. I think the moving people around out of position is really, really good. I think there's a lot of really good stuff here that I would actually recommend to other ball players who are like, oh, like, how do I play better? I think you do a really good job for large chunks of this map. I think it's the areas where you're inefficient, which is going to be tough when you head into Masters, A, but B, the fact that you just don't know how to put it together for that final push. All right, we're going to start here. You're going for the close hold, so let's look at the exact timing. Okay, you slam down. Great, Reaper teleports away. You go for the Mercy. Right, good tracking there. Again, with slightly better aim, should be dead. But can't quite get the kill. That's fine, right? You roll away. Everything's just fine, right? Go up here, like, hey, look, there's Eva here. I don't think you needed to roll. I think you're trying to get away from the edge. I think you could just walk to the left and you were okay there to get a little more damage on D.Va, but either way, it's fine. No big deal. I don't agree with it. Oh, this is the third thing I should highlight. You don't go to your supports to get healing. You're playing like very independently. You should have known that you have two supports right here, and you could have stayed to get the healing. And there's two reasons why you want to do this. Number one, it feeds them ult charge. Number two, it increases your uptime versus having to come down here and like get the mega or have them chase after you, whatever it ends up being. Up here, with two supports and your soldier in here, you don't have to worry about this diva. You don't have to worry about this Reaper, right? Even if both of them are up here, they're not going to be able to outdamage the four of you. So you should stay here and fight it out. And I think that instinct is something that you're missing. And I feel that because you're a ball one trick, you don't know when you can outbrawl the enemy. Because you could literally just stand here, no abilities, right? No grapple, no adaptive shields, no slam, nothing, and you could literally just outbrawl the Reaper and the diva in this situation. But I don't think you have that feel because you're constantly moving around as ball, and since you're one trick ball, you don't have that sense. Anyway, you knock the Reaper off, which is great. You slam down, right? Good 4-man slam right there, getting a lot of ult charge. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You popped adaptive shields. I think you got all 600 health, or diva's not here, right? So you got 500 health out of this. Over health is free health. Not even just like free health, like it will go away at the end of the time. It doesn't give them ult charge. So you want to maximize all of that ult charge, all that free damage that you can get, while the overcharge, or sorry, overhealth is up, right? You want to be shooting the Mercy, shooting life, like, yeah, nobody's gonna die right now, but get more value out of it, right? Why did you pop adaptive shields here if not to apply more pressure? The more pressure you apply here, the later it's gonna be until anyone can help the diva, the more likely your team can deflect the diva. So I don't agree with just like how slowly you played that. I think right after you slam, right here, go for the Mercy, go for the Sojourn, go for the Life Weaver, right? Whoever you want. Obviously, most likely kill here is the Mercy, but if that's easy, it's a hard target because she's in the high, right? Like go for the Life Weaver, right? Maybe shoot the Soldier and force grip. You never know what could happen, but like more value here while you have so much health remaining is important. All right, Life Weaver up, poking him out, great. Reaper tries to come for you for some reason. I don't think you meant to just drop here. I feel like you meant to slam maybe, but either way, being evasive, right, getting out. I don't know that I mean, this is kind of micro stuff. I don't agree, I think, with going this way, because the Reaper can chunk you pretty badly, and he does, right? You're at 400 because of this, and I think that's going to hurt your uptime when you take that damage unnecessarily. Like, there's literally no reason to roll to the right when you saw the Reaper was here already. Like, after he teleports up here, at a minimum, you could just sit here on the cart, wait for him to drop to the right, and then roll to the left and do the exact same rollout. So little stuff like that means that you now have 200, 250 less health than you should right now, which is going to mean that there's fewer things that you can do because you have less health. Yeah, that's fine. You're just waiting for cooldowns. You're looking for slam. Great, slam. Go for the kill. I think going for the Mercy there is probably more consistent, but Life Weaver dies. That's fine. You LOS them. You see the Mercy's low. Great. Roll in, get a kill. Go for the Sojourn. Okay, fine. Try to kill the Sojourn. So yeah, so there's just 25 health here. So let's just note from the beginning of the rollout, like you miss a lot of shots here where she's not even like visible yet. 37 ammo. So you see how many shots you just fired? 5 shots there, which weren't even on target, right? Then you miss right here. Okay, this miss is like okay, but it's like not great. Again, like when you start approaching Masters Plus, like those are not like your aim is like really far off. By the way, I suspect based on not intensely surveying this, but like looking at your replay in general, I would guess here that your sensitivity is too high, because you especially struggle at very close range where you're not able to do micro adjustments on people, and we're going to see an example of that later on a Sojourn. Your sensitivity is probably really high, probably because you're used to playing ball, but that could be holding you back as well in terms of what you're able to do. But anyway, with slightly better aim or slightly more ammo, the Sojourn dies right here, and you get another 15-second stagger. Diva's over here, gets a pick, okay, fine. You roll up here, looking for a slam. I think you should have slammed there, but slamming down now is somewhat dangerous, because my first thought here is I don't want to slam here because I don't know. I'm most likely not tracking the respawns, and they might have a Sombra or a Bastion or somebody else who could kill me at a spawn, because they're right next to the spawn. And in fact, there is a Sombra who has just switched. They just switched from Reaper to Sombra, so now you're actually in grave danger at this moment in time. So I think this was kind of sloppy of you because you're not used to being punished. Again, as you climb more, you will get punished even more for like small errors like this and like risks that were unnecessary. This slam is not good value down here, right? Like the odds of you demacking the diva in front of their spawn with supports respawning is like almost 0. So if anything, you should try to slam in the air up here, right, to try to prevent her from boosting away, and then maybe you could have demacked. If you slammed up there, good chance you demack her. But now you take a lot of damage here, and now you get out, and it forces out adaptive shields. So that's bad, right? No adaptive shields for the next 14 seconds. You get the mega. Alright, coming back. Now you know there's a Sombra in the game. You just roll out over here, poking a little bit. So you drop mines here. I don't know that I agree with this completely. I don't agree with not slamming. Like, I don't understand why you didn't slam here. to make sure you get people in this. Like, maybe like hack was a potential problem, but I don't really see. I think you just jump here to make sure you get enough height to do mines and slam, and then you have like a 3-man slam right now. Anyway, you pop mines and roll out. This is almost never the right call, because usually they just walk away from it, which is exactly what's going to happen. But you're actually going to get pretty good value out of it. I think you're going to bump people into it, which I think this is intentional. Based on what I see later, I think after you drop minefield, you think about this and you're trying to bump people into it. But oh no, it's not this one. Yeah, see? So I take that back. I do think you're looking for it, but I would just note is that you're going to pop minefield here. Everyone's going to walk out of the way because you don't slam, and then that's it, right? I guess the D.Va bomb kills them, but like nobody was going to touch them anyway. So I think this is objectively a mistake. I think your minefields are a weaker area, not as bad as your guns, honestly, but I think your minefields are a weaker area of your play. I think you should always be thinking like minefield and slam, unless there's some other reason that they can't escape the mines. Right? Minefield alone is basically never enough to kill anyone, especially at higher ranks. Like no one's gonna die to minefield without slam. All right, soldier gets pop. A note here is, I come on here. All right, I'm at 1,000 health right now, fighting it out. Okay, you get poked. This is not the time to be trying to shoot this out. Like you're taking a ton of damage right now. I guess the Genji's going. I think you want to get around the corner and then try to roll out with the Genji to get a kill at this moment in time. But you're nervous right now with 311 health. I honestly think that it would have been fine to roll in here and then try to commit for the slam, because you already lost your Baptiste, so there's a pretty good chance you're going to lose this fight anyway. I think committing here with your Genji to potentially get a kill, get a dash reset, is the best possible play. But you're going to roll out here. You're trying to poke right now, despite the fact that you're already low. You're at half health, which is low for a tank. Like, this rollout should be out of here. Like, not staying in lane. It should be either getting around the corner to the Ana or getting to the Mega if the Ana has something else to do. But trying to take this fight is bad. See? Because you stay too long, the Ana gets scared, she throws grenades, so now you don't have grenade to use against the opposing team. A really important thing as tank is make your support's life easier. Don't cut it close if you don't need to, because your supports will use abilities to save you, like Lamp, like Grenade, like Suzu, and then they won't have it for a better opportunity later. Because there's no reason why Grenade should have been thrown here, except for the fact that the Ana thought you were going to die because you were overstaying your welcome. This is a good example of a time where you should have gotten Mega, but we're engaging right now. I don't understand why this is not a rollout. Like, I think there's a grapple possibility here. I think at a minimum you could have jumped off the cart into the slam, but you just kind of bump into the air. Like, this is all, I think, very poor. This is like one of the few examples where I'm like, I felt like this didn't make any sense and was poor ball movement. So, poking away, right? Your soldiers manage to stabilize the situation. D.Va's up here. You do not want to brawl the D.Va, and I wouldn't pop adaptive shields here either. Right? First of all, you have 260 health. There's no point to even being here. Just go back. Go back to your Ana, get healed, get a Mega, whatever, get ready for the next fight. There's no reason to be sitting here at low health. And that forces adaptive, and then you don't have it for the next 15 seconds. And now you go get the Mega, which you should have done to begin with. So, like, these are like these like micro errors that you're making that are a difference between you and Masters. So, note, because you leave here, right? Because you leave here, and remember that when you're playing ball, you're never going to have a strong front line in the situation. Because you leave here, now your Ana is, or Soldier's out here, Soldier slides away, and now your Ana is isolated. So you ideally should be able to help in the situation, but you're like too far away because, again, you grabbed the Mega late, and now your Ana is really extended, and they're all going to collapse in, and she's going to die right now. Could you have changed anything at this point? I don't think so. But you could change things earlier if you managed to be higher health and stop this initial push by coming in slamming or even just rolling in from the front. Anything here to save your Ana or just have only the D.Va fighting your Ana is a save. But because you just didn't do your job correctly, you know, as a result, what are you going to do? Another great example where I slam in, you pop adaptive, I have 1,030 health, which is like 300 plus, you know, extra health here. I just roll away immediately. What was the point of adaptive? Like, no one's even shooting you here. If you thought that if your plan was to slam and roll away because you're like, this is too dangerous, don't even pop adaptive. Just save it in case something else comes up. I think this is pretty consistently a mistake that we see. Note here, you're going to shoot the D.Va right now, watch your aim. So against tanks at this range, 100% accuracy. I'd say even once you're in like platinum, even arguably gold, you should never miss a D.Va at this range. Like, forget headshots, just don't miss her. Look at your aim right now. So shooting, shooting, shooting. Okay, on target. And you see how it's off target right now? You're still shooting. You're still shooting. You're still shooting. You tapped her just once, and now you're off. This is why I think it's a sensitivity problem, would be my guess. Is you just can't control like your mouse. And that is really, really going to hold you back at higher ranks. I would not roll in from the front like that because Break can stop that with a bash right now. If she bashes you right now, it stops your movement, and then you're stuck in your like awkward non-fireball phase in front of the cart and 3 people, and you get hacked and messed up. It's a good recovery here. Good slam on 3. Right, trying to poke out the Sombra. Again, note that your gun aim is quite poor. So, like, Sombra's running in a straight line right now. Your accuracy is, I don't know, 30% maybe? When accuracy there should be 80% plus, and over half of that should be headshots. Like, the difference... let me frame it another way. I think if I was playing ball instead of you, I think your movement is better than mine. But in terms of gun tracking aim, I think I would literally do somewhere between 2 to 3 times as much damage as you do. Like, just think about if we double the damage of your gun. That's what we're looking at in terms of master's level aim. Like, it's a huge difference from where your gun aim is right now, which will enable a lot more kills, which will snowball and win a lot more fights. So at this moment in time, let's think. Okay, people are getting picked nonstop, and I know as ball, like, you can keep going in repeatedly. Like, it's the great thing about ball, but you still understand, like, when do I be going in? Should I be going in? This is not the time. Okay, this Genji is going to die no matter what. Like, this Genji's done for. So my perspective here is I need to wait, because there's only 2 of us right now, and we have people coming. I need to wait as long as I can for this cart to get out here, and then stall at the last possible second to give my team more time to regroup. That's what I'm thinking right now, because just staying out here right now is not likely to do anything, because the Brig's going to keep the D.Va alive. I can't possibly kill the D.Va or the Brig or the Sombra. I can, in fact, die here if I get hacked. I mean, this is all just bad news for me. I'm not actually doing anything right now that's particularly impactful, and I don't want to be burning resources at this moment in time. You're actually lucky you're not taking more damage. Right? Now you're at 340, 305, 205. Now you pop adaptive while you're running away, but, like, you really want to be going in with the adaptive. I think you want to use adaptive when you're engaging, same way as the Winston bubble, not that you play other tanks, but you want to be using adaptive shields when you're engaging, not just to get away. If you have to use it when you're getting away, it's usually because you made a mistake, as a good general rule. So D.Va Bomb gets popped, and then at this point, like, there's nothing you can do about that. I would note, even with D.Va Bomb right here, I would probably just roll through and sit on the other side of the cart to give my team as much time as possible. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we're going to fast forward here. You control high ground. Okay, great. Right, you're looking for where the surgeon is. So, let's look at this minefield. You drop. First, you know, even with your ulti, like, where's my team position? Can my team assist me? So I got 1 person high ground, 2 people low ground, 1 person respawning. So why am I going in and popping minefield right now? Like, who can help here at all? Who can take advantage of this minefield? Nobody, including me, right? Like, nobody's in the field, A. B, my team can't kill anyone who's distracted by the minefield. And C, I'm not even slamming anybody. So, like, all the things here went wrong on this ulti. Like, watching this retrospect, I think your ultimate is actually much worse than I remember. So that's, like, objectively a misplay. Just give them time, right? Just let them push up here, let your team group up, and then you can engage. All right, we're gonna mess around here for a little bit. All right, you're gonna catch, I think, the Winston coming back. Yep, that's lucky. All right, we're going out. All right, trying to shoot some people. Great, excellent. Still waiting. Yep. All right, we set up behind them. Winston's here. Honestly, you don't really do anything right now. You don't have to go in at this moment in time, but yeah, try to knock the Winston. I think that's good reasonable play. So, looking at the soldier or the Kiriko here, right? So hitting the Winston, again, not even good tracking on the Winston, but looking at the Kiriko, you can't aim at this Kiriko. Like, this is literally sub 10% accuracy on the Kiriko. The crosshair's like nowhere close to her. I mean, I broke a record at this point, but I'm just noting, like, this is going to be a massive problem. Like, I can't imagine you getting, like, more than, like, Masters 5 or 4 without improving your gun aim. Alright, so, messing around over here. We've already lost one due to overclock. Okay, this is a good primal, right? He's going to go in and he's going to kill 2 here. Yeah, at this point, I just exit the fight. This is, like, there's nothing I can do here. Which is fine. I mean, they popped ultimate, that's fine. So, we reset, right? Control high ground. Right, poking a little bit. Winston jumps up. That's fine. Or Sombra hacks you. Right, you slam. Good slam. I don't think you really want to go away. I think you want to think of re-engaging right now, even without this. Yep, and it's good. So you pop minefield here, but the problem is there's no slam follow-up and there's no team follow-up, which makes this tricky. I don't know that I think this is a great minefield, but the thing is, you're luckily going to bump people into this, so it's going to work out. So this is a good example where I think you do think about docking people into the mines when they are available. So I don't love the timing of it, but I think that you probably are best just knocking them off high ground, resetting, waiting for your team to go, and then minefielding and slamming. But you're going to get multiple kills out of this from the minefield. And that was clearly not going to work as a slam. Right, good track there. You realize Kiriko's low. Right, you follow the Winston. So you went just a shade, like I think you're maybe like a quarter second too early for the automatic reload, and that prevents you from killing this Winston, which is unfortunate because that, again, another 15-second stagger. All right, controlling high ground. They're pushing up. You're looking for the slam. I don't love this slam. I don't think you knew the Sombra was there, and I think you should have gone for supports instead, and the Ana could have slept you. So you heard the Sombra up here. You reveal her. Great. So you knock the Winston off target. Looking for a slam. Okay, good. We pop adaptive. We have 1,000. Fight it, right? You can get slept right now. No problem. Just fight it. Just fight it right now. Just shoot her. Just shoot her. Like, I don't think you want to slam and roll away. I would just slam and immediately shoot her. Well, because she's like easy to shoot when she's in the air, right? She goes straight up and she goes straight down. Just shoot right now. Track her up, track her down. With good aim, you can just do it on her head the whole time, like tracking up and down, and blow her up. That's an old trick from Overwatch 1, when you played Orisa with Halt, is that if you were really good with it, you could pull someone in the air and then headshot them non-stop the whole way up and down. Anyway, I think you could be on this Ana even earlier. You could roll in right away, knock the Ana out of position, that's good, right? Looking for a slam. So I think the slam here is not ideal. I think I'd want to be slamming this side, because I'm still putting pressure on the Ana, but since you are going to slam on the left, right, then at least try to kill Lifeweaver here or apply pressure. You still have 700 health, but you go for the Sojourn. That I disagree with. I think you definitely need to be going for the Sojourn or the supports here. Like, going for the Winston here is not going to do anything. Like, Winston, I'm like, okay, I don't care. You just wasted your roll. And now your team is just getting wiped out, and things are not going so well. So, you're coming back in, right? Slam, stay alive, yeah. I mean, just stall out. Again, your life doesn't really mean anything here if they get hap anyway. I would just die here on the point, because, like, who cares? It doesn't really matter, right? Like, dying is fine if the point is capped. The point is capped already. Like, it literally doesn't matter. All you're doing is staggering yourself even more by trying to stay alive. So understanding when do I need to fight and when don't I need to fight is important. Once they cap it, it doesn't matter. You're allowing them to move the cart for free right now because you're dead. You know, like if you had just died immediately or gotten out immediately, then you would have been able to contest. There, Winston actually plays pretty well. Gets another pick here. So you set up on high ground. You drop low, maybe to avoid hack. Drop minefield. Another minefield, no slam. Does it kill anybody? No, right? So, like, don't use ultimates. Don't use minefield as a zoning ult. That's a really bad idea. Almost always. I think you need to use it to get kills. Drop the minefield over them and slam as a follow-up. Like, you do it so rarely. It's really painful to watch. I'm not totally sure what you're planning on accomplishing right now. I think you probably should be slamming because you already popped adaptive. So, like, if you're going to pop adaptive here, at least slam. You're rolling, even though you have, again, adaptive, so you have 300 plus full, like extra health right now, you're just not using it. I feel like you know your gun aim is bad, and as a result, you try to avoid using your guns as much as possible. That's actually something that I'm starting to pick up on. I feel like you intentionally try to only use your, get damage from your abilities, because you don't trust your gun aim. Anyway, poking out Lifeweaver. Lifeweaver picks the Winston back up. Alright, working the Soldier. And see, there, your aim is fine, right? I mean, ideally you go for headshots, but I think that there is fine. Like, this is basically perfect tracking rate, except you start shooting too early. Good enough, right? Good enough. But I think it's because when they're further away, it actually gets a little easier for you versus, like, being up close. Which is weird, because for most people, it's the exact opposite. Alright, Winston Primal gets popped. You're trying to follow in on your Reaper. Bump the Ana. You're going to do a really good wall jump here, really excellent tech, right? Again, with better tracking, I think she dies before she even hits the ground, right? So, see, we miss all of this until you can finally get her. In some situations, she'll live, right? She'll throw a grenade or something, but if you can kill her before she hits the ground, big deal. All right, burn the Winston down. Winston's going to die here, and we're going to defend. Okay, so decent defense. Offense. So you definitely don't want to be forcing main. You're going to roll through main. This is not going to work at higher ranks. You're going to get obliterated here. Like, either the Mei's going to slow you, or she's going to wall you off, or you're going to get slept, right? Or you get magnetic radiated. Like, there's so many ways, or the Diva's going to bump you out of the way. Like, there's so many things here that could have stopped you from doing this rollout, and it's unbelievably reckless of you to do that. Knocked Mei out of position. You're going to slam. Mei's going to die here. So I looked at this and I was like, wait, what? How did Mei die here? Doesn't she have ice block? She does have ice block. She's going to get bumped, knocked over here, jumps back, knocked up again, and then never uses her ice block, which is available the entire time. Again, at higher ranks, this is just not going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, feel very lucky that, again, the opposing team is not very good, because at higher ranks, the Mei never dies there. Even when you knock her out of position, she's going to live. She's going to block immediately, and then she's going to wall herself off safely. Alright, try to kill the Life Weaver. Alright, slam, good slam. You know, you're out of ammo, so you're just trying to melee him to death. Okay, forget it, is what it is. You go for him again. Again, not great gun aim. Still working on him. You got some juicy targets over here. You roll in. That's fine, right? Reset. You go in a straight line. Again, that's not going to work at higher ranks. You're going to get obliterated. You cannot roll in straight at them, like, pretty much ever. I don't know if you lost Fireball there or you just actually broke it early, but Mei was killable. Alright, you're resetting. Cool. So, they don't know you're here. Alright, good setup. Good hide. You're looking for maybe a knockoff on the Cassidy. Great, excellent. Cassidy knocked off. I would have followed up with a slam. Why not? Like, when you knock him off right here, you could slam, you know? Lift him back up into the air. You know, maybe get a kill, but as a result, he lives. We're going to engage in again. Again, do not roll in from the front. Really bad idea. You're getting slowed as a result. Everyone's working you down. You've lost all your health and adaptive for no value. You pop another minefield that people just walk out of, and then you don't slam right away. So we see this habit over and over and over again. It's a shame because your regular ball and slam mechanics are pretty good. Working the Mei. You're pretty far away, though. She walks into a... Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. The enemy Mei like, has no idea what she's doing. She's literally just going to walk into a mine that she saw the entire time. But it's only supports here. Yep. Take the side angle. Unfortunate that they dodge it. But good jump. Right? Good wall. Yep. Good. Right? Good execution right there. That's really good. So, try to team back the Diva. I don't know why you're getting nanoed here. So, yep. I would say... Assume that your team will kill the baby Diva. There's like 3 of them there. I wouldn't worry about that. I would just kill whoever's in front. Life Weaver here. Focus him. Yep, good. Knock him down. Slam. Right, interrupted dash. Excellent. Kill him. Great. Excellent. Good. So things are going well right now. Mei's out. You got to force out block. Block forced. So you're going to look for the slam here. Alright, she pops Blizzard. Right, you get the kill. You get frozen. You make sure to stay in ball form. Okay, this is all good. So they get a good contest here for a while, but it's fine. I think once you came out of this, did you have... I think at this point you have like 1.5 seconds left. I think you shoot the Cassidy and then jump and then slam. But good slam on the Ana. Yep, good, good, excellent mechanics. Right, that's perfect. Life Weaver's back somehow. You're going up to try to force him off. Yep, you slam. You kind of miss it, but I understand. Like that's totally fine. Like he jumped off at the same time is fine. All right, and then we're gonna get the cap. Okay, first point cap. 3 minutes 12 seconds. You set it behind bus. Knock Sojourn, not quite out of position. You get hacked here. You get blown up, and then you're going to die. So, after you get blown up here, I would have gone to the right and stayed in this doorway. I think is more likely than going this way, especially knowing the Diva's chasing you is dangerous. But in the grand scheme of things, not the worst death. I think it's okay. Going out, right? Get the Sombra low. Excellent, she dies. So we've traded. We're up 1. I would look for the Ana there, but I mean, at the minimum, I think you want to force grip out. Another good example where your gun aim is a huge problem. Ana's basically running a straight line backwards right now. So I think you're just consistently overhead. Yeah, see? This is... Right now, we fired 32 bullets and have 42 bullets and have not hit a single shot. Now we finally start hitting her. I would look for a slam right now. So I think... I would be looking for grappling the ceiling, coming out, booping, and then slamming like that. Versus a straight line boop where you can't get height to slam, rather. I'm trying to be aggressive. I think this is good. Right? But Sombra's here. That's fine. I would have kept shooting the Diva, because you saw her get stuck right now. Like, I see that she's stuck at this moment in time, because you can see her legs. She's, like, flying up and down. So I would help my team shoot her down. Because you're full health. You're not in name danger. I would have helped shoot the Diva. Right, engage. I think this is a good idea. Yep, slam. Fine. Right, obviously everyone's dead, but you didn't know that was going to happen, so good. Alright, you're sending up. you're going to engage. So I think you're trying to prevent a recontest right now, but I feel like I could see already the Diva's always going to be able to get through this. Like, you can hear / see the Diva. I don't think this is worth mindfielding right now. Right? You killed the Diana anyway instantly with Slam. I think if anything, you want to minefield the cart, not the choke. But easy cap. All right. So we capped. Again, we have 3 minutes left to cap the final point. So you engage, and things are going to go pretty much all wrong from here. I don't think you're going to win a single fight the rest of the game. Working on the Life Weaver, I think this is way too committed for people who are responding right now. And it is, and you're going to die. This is bad. Like, once he dashes away and you miss Slam, you're not going to kill Life Weaver from 225 with a mini health pack, right? You're not, like, you do 300 damage to him without Slam. That's not going to happen, especially with your gun aim. There's no way you're going to kill him. Plus, their whole team responds over here. You're stuck in enemy backline. You have no supports. You have no team to apply pressure. You know, like, you're not even close to killing him. Like, the Honest just going to poke him the whole way. It's just not possible. Alright. So, rolling out over here. Again, we're going to watch this final point from your perspective, and then we're going to watch it from the vertical view to kind of explain what happens, why this goes wrong. So, waiting, looking for an opportunity, setting up. See the Ana, rolling out. You knock the Ana. She's on her side, which is great, right? Still good value because she can't help the fight, so it's still effectively 5v4 right now. Slam the Life Weaver. You choose not to shoot the Life Weaver for some reason, despite slamming him. I don't really know why. Then you go for the Soldier. Aim is not great. Soldier's gonna live. Unfortunately, you just lost 3, so there's no way for you to win this fight anyway. And you're gonna be in reset territory in a second. You're gonna kill Bash Wooden's here, but it doesn't matter. Oh, no, you're gonna die here. That's fine. Alright, we're setting up again. You've lost the Sojourn, right? Before the fight's even begun, I've lost my Sojourn, so I shouldn't be engaging right now because this is a 4-on-5 when I engage. Now it's a 3-on-5. You know, just reset the fight. It's fine. Like, picks happen. It's okay. Reset. So we have 1 minute and 12 seconds. You already burned through almost 2 minutes of time. Messing with the Sombra. Okay, you come out. Minefield timing. Can my team assist? No. You see how far away your team is? Really far away. You want your team to be like right here. That's when I'm popping minefield and slamming. But the problem is now I'm minefield and slamming, but nobody is actually here to follow up on the minefield. Right? And as a result, the whole thing gets wasted. This is rough. Also, you're nanoed for some reason. Again, you can't check the Sombra. You roll in. I think you could have found a slam off the wall. Right? There's like any slam off any of the geometry of this wall would have been a good slam. Now you slam for no reason. You're low. You're gonna have to pop adaptive. Now you need to reset, and you get out. Winston's killed 2 with Primal. Right? Again, his ultimate's getting a ton of value, way more than your ultimates. May Blizzard's popped for some reason. Should have aimed at the Moira right away. The second you come in here, you see the Moira frozen. You actually saw her on the bottom left of your screen coming down. Immediately, or not the Moira, the Life Weaver. Shoot the Life Weaver. Shoot the Life Weaver. Oh, too late. But it doesn't matter because the fight's lost anyway. Even if you killed him, it wouldn't have mattered. 18 seconds left. Looking for the opportunity. Sombra finds you, pokes you out. Be careful playing the same spot over and over again. You could have, instead of going right door and forcing it, you could have gone left side, for example, and set up from this end, potentially. But you're going to slam the Sombra. She's low. She rolls out. You're looking for the kill. She gets gripped. Alright, you go for get Mega. We've lost your Sombra, or Sojourn again. So it's a 4-on-5. Do some damage. This is bad movement right here. You're not doing a whole lot. You slam. You have minefield right now. You get hacked though, so probably best that you held onto it. And now you're gonna die here, and that's gonna be the end. Okay. So what went wrong, right? Things were going so good until the final point. I'm gonna demonstrate what happens to your team. Points cap right now. So we'll look at it from the perspective of kind of your team, and let me find a spot inside the map geometry. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, I guess this angle is probably good enough. So, actually, I think this angle is probably, because now I can't see inside. Whatever, we'll do it from this angle. So, note here is, what are the possible openings into this point? You have this opening right here, and you have this opening over here, and then you have an opening all the way to the right that no one's going to use, so we're going to ignore that. So your team's going to come in, and your team's going to have to come up to here, right? That's kind of the idea. And then they're going to set up here, right? And they're going to set up here, and then the fight's going to happen somewhere out here. That's the general idea this point works. However, That's not the way this is going to work out, because what's going to happen is the opposing team is going to constantly apply pressure at this area over and over and over again. And in fact, they're even going to chase out here and start killing people out here. Now, the primary question here is, where is your tank, right? Where are you? Because their tank is leading the charge to constantly being aggressive. You are going this way, rotating behind the team, and then attacking. The problem is you're not synced up with your team / their aggression. So they keep steamrolling your team as they try to come out of spawn and go towards the point, and then you're desynced from them often, like your engages happen either too early or too late, and they're already dead. And partially that's because you're staggering, partially you don't have the right timing, and partially because your team is not great at playing with ball in this situation. Like, they're just trying to run up and play normal spots, but they can't because the opposing team is doing a really good job attacking them over and over and over again. So watch here. So Sojourn's playing up here, right? She dies. This is when you're going to get killed by Life Weaver. Okay, fine, whatever. It's not a big deal, right? Cart's moving anyway. It has to get to this point. No big deal. So let's see what happens. You have 5 enemies right here, right? So we're setting up. Your team, again, playing normal spots, right? Coming through choke right now. You're going to engage. You're messing with these people, right? Winston's like, and ignores you, which is absolutely the right call, right? You notice that Winston does an excellent job ignoring you all game long. This is what I do as well against Ball and against Doomfist. I don't think that it's a great plan to try to quote counter the Ball or whatever. I would rather just attack your whole team, because I think I can get more consistent value attacking your team than you can get attacking my team. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So you see how your team is really vulnerable. Winston's going to come in right now. He's zapping. Like, we can't see the zaps, but he's applying pressure to everybody. He has to jump back out, right? Gets gripped out. Okay, fine. Your team gets in. This is honestly good, right? This is like kind of the best case scenario of how this could have played out. So we're still fine right now. So where are you? You're setting up to rotate. Winston goes in. So he's in right now. He's on 3-4 people right now. He's nanoed, and now he attacks everybody. You slam in. Okay. Hack goes off, and now your team's going to wipe. So, okay, fine. I mean, they popped Nano there, right? They popped EMP there. You know, we died, but we didn't cost any ultimates, so fine. Like, it is what it is. You know, only so much you could have done about this. Fine. Next fight. Oh yeah. Note here is that you try to stay alive here, and then you're going to die, which is going to result in your staggering. See? So, the fight is over. Right? First death, second death. Second time I see this, fight's over. Right? I just leave. There's no reason for me to stick around unless I'm farming ult charge. I definitely should not die here. But let's see how much time happens from the moment in time that 3 people die. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seconds go by after the fight is over where you die. This is a huge stagger. It costs you half a fight because of how long your stagger is. That's really bad. And you need to be more aware when the fight is over and to not die. Ball can like basically never die unless you choose to do something stupid. You know? Like, you should never die as Ball unless you like intentionally put yourself in a vulnerable situation. So, everyone respawns, comes back out, setting up. The Sojourn's playing out here. So, So this is your team, Sojourn, okay? So you got all 5 people over here. So you're coming in. So what happens? Sojourn gets initiated by the Winston. She gets pushed out and she gets killed. Is that her fault? Yeah, I mean, definitely she should have been able to escape that. But it's also symptomatic of the greater pressure here, which is your team is not used to not having somebody to deflect the enemy tank pressure at all. Like, their tank basically solo kills her in that situation, which is value that you're not getting. And it's hard. I mean, you can complain all you want about you know, Ball's place in the meta or whatever, but like the Winston just jumps in here and just zaps her down, and then she dies, partially with some assistance from Summer, maybe as a virus or something. So that's tough, right? The tank is giving more value right now. He continues applying pressure. Their team starts moving in. You're coming in very late now. You knock the Life Weaver out of position. You slam, but again, Winston gets a second kill. The Winston's just shredding your team right now. Now Winston goes in. He's popped Primal for some reason. Kills the Ana. This fight's over, right? Again, this fight's over. Nothing we can do. Reset. So we've already blown through 2 of your minutes, or a minute 45 of your time, where like you're not able to actually help your team advance, partially because you're not in position in time. Conversely, like it's tough because some of this is also on your team, and this is why I mentioned third points are tough, because your Sojourn dying here is not like really your fault, right? She really should not die in this situation, honestly. But conversely, we can look at it as their team got a kill, their tank got a kill. Why can't you get a kill? You know what I mean? Like, that's that's where the issues arise here, which is their tank is outplaying you. And like, obviously you're a one trick, so we can't switch you to a different hero, but this is a situation where, like, if you could outbrawl them, it would make an enormous difference on the way this game played. Like, if you played D.Va here, D.Va would be great, right? Or if you played Orisa here, right? Or you played, you know, Reinhardt here, it would even be fine. You know, there's like a lot of options here that would be helpful. And I'm not telling you this, like, telling you not to one trick. I'm just noting, if you one trick, there are going to be times where it's you don't have the tools on your hero to deal with the situation. In this particular game, your team is kind of like endlessly running into the front and getting smashed. But to be fair, that's also because the opposing team realizes that your team has no front line. So the Winston's being hyper aggressive against your team because your team has not switched to anything to stop the Winston. Right? The Mei's not going to stop the Winston, the Soldier's not going to stop the Winston, the Ana's not going to stop him, the Kiriko's not, like, there's no Reaper here, there's no Torb, there's no Cassidy even, like, your team is getting just punched in the face over and over again, and your rollouts just take too long. You know, you really need to be set up already, ready to go at a moment's notice to be able to do anything about the situation. Alternatively, one thing you could do when you recognize this is know, hey, at this point you recognize their Winston's engaging every time that I try to go in. Go in without using grapple, wait for him to engage, then double back and help to burn down the Winston, which you've done well on previous points, but not on this one. Okay, so again, Soldier dies there. So resetting, right? Next fight. This is the one which is like all on you, right? You're like so excited. Hey, look, there's 5 people. I get it. You get the 5-man minefield and slam, but your team isn't here. You're just going too fast. And that's something we noticed, that you don't look back at your team ever under positioning. You kind of go on your own timing, which is bad because then now there's no follow-up here for anyone to actually die, and your minefield's wasted. So that was really big because that was your last ultimate for this game. So that was like your best opportunity to win right there. It was a 5-man slam minefield. The problem is your team isn't here. It's better to have your whole team there and only get a 2 or 3-man slam, but actually get kills out of that. So now, no good. Tree gets popped. So your team, again, trying to come in, and you see once more what's happening is the Winston right here is completely cutting off your team's ability to play the game. Like over and over and over again, this is the common theme we have, is the Winston is completely messing up your team's ability to do anything in the situation. Right? He got gripped out, he jumps right back in, he's got bubble again, right? You slam right now, but like you don't have the impact that the Winston have. Once again, he solo kills the Ana right now. Right? Now he's punching the Sojourn around. This is good, honestly, really good mechanics. He solo kills the Sojourn. You know, Winston's a good hero. I mean, Ball's a good hero too, but there's some situations like this one where I'd much rather be playing Winston than Ball, even if I was equally skilled in both. It's just, it's really hard for them to find any space to get in to do anything. Like, it's not like your Sojourn is bad in general. Like, we saw her pop off all game long. This particular situation, trying to get through this choke, is so hard for your team if you're not assisting. One thing to think about is, again, like walking up with your team, like as like a regular brawl tank, and then using grapple to knock away the Winston once he engages into your team, and then do your normal business, right? Stopping his initial dive is maybe a priority that you can think of. The reason why I'm giving you, by the way, a set of options is I don't actually know which is the best option here. I think so often I can look at a situation and be like, oh yeah, I think this is definitely the best option. It's hard. Number one, I don't play Ball at like a GM level, so I couldn't tell you like for sure what to do here, A. But two is I don't know exactly how people are going to respond to what you're going to do as well, right? For example, if the Winston just like constantly trying to force down the front, you could poke him down when he engages, use grapple to knock him out of the way, and then like that would work for sure if he keeps repeating that. But if he adapts once, now what do you do? What's your new counterplay? I don't know. But that's why I'm just talking this through out loud. Because I do think it's an interesting problem, like a challenge to think of like how to win this game, because it's tough. You're definitely struggling here, right? We've just gone through 3 minutes, but we see the same general pattern is your team cannot walk through this choke. And fundamentally, and I say this for other maps like Eichenwald, right? Your team, your job as a tank, you must be able to get them through the choke. Every tank's job is get them through the choke. Once you're through the choke, that's where you need the DPS, the supports, etc. to like finish the fight. But if you can't help your team walk what is usually something like 10 meters here, right? If you can't let your team like walk through there safely and they're getting constantly messed up, then you're not doing your job as tank. I would say 95% plus of the time, you're just not doing your job. Because that's the whole point of tanks, is that you have to be able to create space, and you just don't do it. And why is like a complicated answer, but the short answer is like your engagement timing is not quite correct, right? Again, we saw when you did get in, finally, you're not synced up with your team, and then the Winston's diving your team constantly, which you can't do anything about. Now you're messing around over here, but the Winston's totally destroying your backline, right? over here, right? You see, the Winston is messing up 3 people right now, and you just can't do anything, right? Moira comes out, finishes the Sojourn, right? Winston again following your team out, burning everybody down. Right? Another person dies, and you just can't do it. Yeah, so I don't have any easy solutions here. I mean, obviously we talked about stuff throughout the game I think you can do better at. I think especially the adaptive shields usage, and then the minefield, like not slamming with minefield are the 2 big ones. I think not looking at your team is probably the 3rd thing I would highlight. But referring to specifically the final point, which is really where this game grinds down, because 3 minutes is like a lot of time to try to cap here, right? You only need to win 1.5 fights. 3 minutes is like 6 fights easily, at least. I mean, you cost yourself some of those fights, because I think you only get about 4. You cost yourself some of the fights with staggers. I think you can be better about trying to exploit when they do leave this choke to try to chase down your team and being ready to assist. But you're trying to set up for like rollouts, expecting the enemy team to be playing here, but in reality they're playing close, like Brawly up against the choke, because your team is willing to stop them. So you need to come up with some tool to help that. I can't guarantee what that solution is. I think we've talked through some possible options. You could play with your team. You could let the Winston engage and then fall, and then immediately engage on him, right? You could various options here. Obviously switch, which you won't do because you're a one trick, but just food for thought. Again, I don't know for sure what the right answer is, but that's the primary issue why you can't win, is because you just can't get your team through this choke enough to be able to play the rest of the game. I think if you got your team through here, I think you would have won, because I think your general play is better than the opposing tank, but the enemy tank is really smart in this situation, just constantly playing up close, and you just can't create any space. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.